the first card you have for your past is the Ace of Wands. So I'm seeing something that I'm actually seeing. Obviously, this card's about a lot of energy, huge amounts of energy. So I'm seeing this might be about physical movement, something moving physically. So it might be about, because I'm seeing something stopping, excuse me, I'm seeing something stopping and then starting again. And this is around physical movement. So it might be that something, you might have had an injury, or you might have had a sickness or something like that, and it might have stopped you from moving physically. It might have been something like that, something that was preventing you from actually moving around, physical exercise. And I think now you might be starting to exercise again after a long time of not being able to. And it might not just be exercise, it might be other things as well. It might not just be like jogging or riding a bike or something, or going to the gym. It might be even It might be as bad as you couldn't move properly, or you couldn't do things properly. It might have been something like that. You might have been in pain. And I think this is how you were for a while. You're kind of in pain, or you had this problem. And then, sorry, I've got a sore throat. And then this kind of, you got better, or you fixed whatever this was, or it got better. And then now at this time you are starting to move around again, do more again, exercise again after a long time of not being able to. And you know, not being able to exercise and being able to exercise again, you might be listening to this and thinking this is very trivial. Who cares if you're exercising or not? But you know, again, it might be more important. It might be about you couldn't even move at all. It might be you couldn't leave the house. It might be you're in pain. You couldn't do your normal jobs. You couldn't do your normal things. It might be that serious. Or, you know, and even if it wasn't, this is quite serious. It's not trivial at all, because this is about your confidence. Not being able to do exercise, or not being able to physically do things that you'd like to do, that you normally would do, really, really affects your confidence. But then, you know, when you started getting your physical energy back, your physicality back, you started getting your confidence back, because the Ace of Wands is about pure energy. And excuse me, I'm seeing, you know, as you got that back and you started to feel a bit better, I'm seeing you smiling more, and then that was making your confidence come back even more. It's just making me think about, I mean, I remember a time when I lost a lot of confidence myself. I was very down, I was very depressed, and so I was kind of physically dragging myself to work, and I was physically dragging myself around to do things I had to do. I did things, but I just had to really drag myself around. It was horrible. And you know, I'd do things like I'd go to shops, and I'd go to buy things that I had to buy. I mean, not that I wanted to do things, I just had to. And you know, I'd hardly even look at the person at the register. I'd just say hello, thank you, bye. The bare minimum. I wouldn't even look at them in the eye sometimes. I was that down about myself. And then when I started to feel a bit better, things started to pick up after a while. I started to smile a lot more. I started to say a lot more to people, just chat a little bit. And then I started thinking to myself, you know, everyone's so much nicer to me. They weren't very nice to me before, but now they're really nice. Silly, aren't I silly? Because they were reacting to me. They're reacting to me. I mean, I wouldn't want to smile at someone who was horrible to me either. I would just be the same back to them. If I was working in a shop, I'd be the same. If they were grumpy, I'd just say, oh, hello, goodbye, whatever. But if someone looked at me in the eye and smiled and said, hey, how are you today? Oh, and started chatting, then I'd be a bit nicer to them. So when, you know, because you were starting to do this, because you were starting to kind of smile a lot more, and you were a lot more confident and a lot happier, then people were like that back to you, and that built up your confidence even more. So that's what was happening. Confidence affects everything, absolutely everything in your life. It affects your work, it affects your relationships, it affects, you know, your money, it affects everything in your life comes from your thoughts, your feelings, and your confidence come from that. So, you know, once this started to pick up, you know, everything in your life was starting to pick up again for you. That's what I'm seeing with that. So the next card you have for your past is, yes, the Four of Cups. Yeah, so I'm actually seeing a little bit of arrogance in this card, a bit of pushiness in this card. Someone might have been very pushy around you. I'm actually seeing someone who you might have been close to once, but then there was a distance between you, because I think there was a distance between you because this was someone who might have been a bit pushy like that. This is someone who asks a lot of favors, and maybe they were asking you to, they might have been calling you and they might have been asking you to help them out with something. They might have been asking you to give them something, to buy them something. They might have been asking to borrow money, might have even been that. And this is the kind of person who only talks to people when they want something, not just you, other people. It's not just you. So don't think, oh, why is it me? Do I have stupid written on my head? Why do people always ask me? No, it isn't you. Excuse me, it's them. Because they're like this with a lot of people, I can see that. And yeah, they keep on expecting things. So what they do with people is they don't talk to people, and then when they want something, they talk to people. And then they stop again, and then they start again. And then after a while, people start to say, this person only talks to me when they want something. They're not interested in how I am. They're not interested in just chatting. They're not interested in even when my birthday is, or when, whatever's happening in my life. They're not interested in that. They're just interested in themselves and what they can get. So this is this kind of person, and I can see why you distanced yourself from them, and I can see why a lot of other people do that as well. And I'm seeing that this was good timing, actually, because you had your confidence back, and this is when they came to you. So I'm seeing that you had the confidence to say no to them, and you had the strength to say no to them. And excuse me, I'm sorry I keep coughing, I can't help it. So I'm just seeing, I'm seeing their name come up on your phone, and you didn't think, oh, this person's calling me. No, you thought, oh, what do they want? That's the kind of person this is. They're the what do they want kind of person. So, they call you when they want something, basically. So, I hope this person learns. I hope someone tells them what's going on. But I think people have tried to tell them. I think people have said, oh, nice to hear from you. It's funny how I didn't hear from you then when I was going through this operation, or when I wasn't well, or when I had this terrible thing happen, or when it was my birthday. But now suddenly you want to talk to me. Oh, so what do you want? It's that kind of thing. So you had a lot of confidence, or you had your confidence back, or more confidence back at this time, and you were able to say no to them. That's what I'm seeing. I'm really glad you did. The last card you have for your present is the Queen of Swords. So yes, again, same thing. This queen puts her sword up and she says no when she means no. She will not take any nonsense from anyone. And, she's at that stage where she's just, I've lived a lot, I've seen a lot. I know a kind of person who's trying to take advantage of me when I see it. And I know a good person when I see it. And I know the difference between the two. And, I think sometimes, when you have low confidence, sometimes these kind of low vibrational people come and they try and take advantage of us. But now, again, I'm saying the same thing. I know, but you had your confidence back and you knew the difference between the two. And, you were kind, you helped people, but you knew the difference between people who were genuine and really needed help, and between that kind of a person, and between them and the kind of person I was seeing in the Four of Cups, who just doesn't need help. They're just trying to kind of take advantage of everyone. So yeah, I think you kept your sword up pretty well, and you were taking care of yourself, which is really, really good. And that's what this confidence was giving you. Once again, I know I'm repeating myself. The first card you have for your present is the Four of Swords. So while you were getting your confidence back, I'm seeing that this isn't about you, this is about someone else. And I think this is someone who was, there's a motorbike. I'm seeing this is about someone who was trying to rest, they were trying to be peaceful, they were really trying to get this peace in their head and in their heart, but they couldn't do that. This man on this card's lying down, he's trying to rest, but he has these swords above his head and above his body. So he's thinking about something not very good. He's not very happy. He can't rest. He might be even having nightmares. I think this might be someone from your past, and I think this actually might be an ex. Now, I think this person might be thinking about, because I think they might have been around someone recently, and I think they might have either broken up with someone or they're in the process of breaking up with someone. And I think they're not very happy. Obviously, no one is when they go through a breakup. But I think they might have actually already broken up, because this is like the rest period after that. They're trying to kind of be by themselves and get some peace, but they're not very peaceful in their heart or in their head. And I think they're thinking about this person they're broken up from, but they're also thinking about you. They're thinking about you. That's what I'm seeing. And I think they're seeing that things weren't good for them. They weren't good for them after they left you, or after they, lost the connection with you. I'm sorry, cross-watchers, this isn't necessarily about you, I have to say that. So don't automatically think that it is. But yes, this is what I'm seeing. Life after you wasn't what they thought it was going to be. They thought they were going to leave you, whatever it was, or distance from you, find someone else, and they'd be happily ever after, skipping through the hills, laughing and all of that. And it wasn't like that. I think they got together with someone who was quite difficult, and they realized, oh, this isn't really what I wanted. This isn't the happy ending I thought it was going to be. So now they're away from that situation. That's what I'm seeing. But they're still not happy, because they're still by themselves. They have a lot to think about. And I think they're thinking about you as well. And I think they're realizing what they had and what they let go. And I think it really is too late for them. It really is. But they're still in their head about this. So what I'm seeing is, for you, you're getting your confidence back. Things are improving for you. But for them, sadly to say, for them, it isn't improving for them. Now, yeah, it probably will eventually. But this is how they're feeling right now. That's what I'm seeing there. So the next card you have for your present is the 8 of Wands. So huge action again. This is huge action, and I think this your physical energy and your mental energy and your confidence, it was definitely back now in full swing, or it is at this time, I should say. This is in the present. So I'm seeing a breakthrough with something in this card, and I think there's something that you had your mind on that you really wanted to finish. You wanted to complete something, and you weren't able to. There was some kind of last bit of information, or some last piece of the puzzle that wasn't quite helping you to complete everything and move on. And I think this was one of a lot of things you had to do on your day, because I'm seeing a list, actually. I'm seeing a lot of things written on this list, and this particular thing was on this list. Finish this thing, and you'd go through your list and you'd tick off things, and at the end of the day, this thing would still be on the list, because you couldn't quite get this one last piece, or get to this thing or this information to help you to finish this thing. So then what you do is you'd carry it on to the next list. So it'd go on the next list, and then you'd put other things on the list, and you'd cross all of the other things off that list, and that would be left again. And this went on and on and on for a while. So that's what I'm seeing. But at this time, I'm seeing you're going to have a breakthrough, or you are having a breakthrough with this particular thing. This is an idea that's going to come into your head, and it's going to be, finally, now I know how to do this. Now I can move forward with this. So this is fantastic. And I'm seeing fireworks with this, actually. Action, fireworks. These wands to me are looking actually like, when the fireworks go off in the sky and then these bits trail off and they kind of fall down. That's what I'm seeing these wands are at this time. So amazing fireworks. It's like you're going to get these thoughts in your head, and then fireworks are going to go off, spark this thing off. You're going to suddenly find the end piece to the puzzle, and then you're going to rush off and finish this thing. And you're going to be so relieved when this is done, if it isn't done already. This is in the present. But yeah, this is going to happen very, very quickly. This is the card of being fast, being quick. And I think this might have something to do with buying and selling, or negotiations, or how to go about doing something. It might be some kind of bureaucracy, or some kind of rule about something, or some kind of law, or something that you couldn't really get a handle on, and then you finally get the idea and it sparks off these fireworks. So that's what I'm seeing is happening in that card. So the next card you have, or I should say the last card you have your present, is the 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, this can be about this woman's obviously by herself. She's happy. She's in a beautiful garden, and she's happy being by herself. So sometimes this card can be about happy to be alone. You're happy to be by yourself at this time. You're content to be by yourself at this time. And yeah, of course, because of what I'm seeing, happened to you in your past with this horrible person in the Four of Cups taking advantage of you, and this ex in this Four of Swords. I can see why you like being on your own, and you're not going to be like that forever, but at this time you're just content to be like that. And I think you've created this nice world for yourself. You've built things up for yourself just to make yourself feel quite comfortable and quite content where you are. Now, I think you're on a road of getting yourself some kind of financial stability, and you're at a certain point in that. You've come far from where you started, but you still have a way to go. That's what I'm seeing. Because when I look at this card, I always see these two trees. There's a pair of trees in the background of this card. And to me, these trees represent the Garden of Eden, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. And the Garden of Eden obviously is about beginnings. So this woman in this card, she had beginnings. She kind of started from nowhere, and she started from nothing, and she had to build up from this beginning, or these beginnings, and then because these trees are behind her now, and then she kind of started from nothing, kept going, and this is what she has now. She still has a long way to go because she has a snail in front of her. I'll just move that so you can see there's a little snail at the bottom. So yeah, she knows she still has a long way to go, but it's kind of like you're at this phase in your life where you've come a long way, you know you have a bit to go ahead of you, but you're kind of right stopped in the middle, and you're kind of looking around yourself, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I did this all myself. I started from not very much, and look at how far I've come. I've come really, really far. I'm content. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not perfect. Everything isn't amazing, but it's good. It's kind of enough for now, and I'm content, and I can see that I have more things coming in the future, and I can just look around myself, maybe at my surroundings in my house. I can look at my comfy chair and my pillows and my whatever lamp on the table, and I'd say, you know, this is a really nice, comfortable place I'm in, and this is fine for now. And this is a really nice, content card, and I think this is how you're feeling right now. So, this is also about gratefulness, gratitude, all of these kinds of things. It's a really nice card. So, if you have this kind of gratefulness or gratitude, it can also help you to manifest even more in the future and get more comforts for your future. Not just physical comforts, mental, emotional, all kinds of comforts for your future. So this is a really nice card. And I think, this is the point where you are at this time. So, yes, the first card, excuse me, I'll move that down. The first card you have for your future is the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant can be about structure, it can be about processes, it can be about organized religion, because obviously the Hierophant is like a religious leader. And I'm actually seeing manifesting in this card. I'm seeing you're having to block a lot of negativity out to manifest what you want. And this is following on from the Nine of Pentacles, because that can be about gratefulness leading to more manifesting. And you are thinking about what you're going to manifest, what you do want in your future at this time. And you are having to block out a few people around you who are a bit negative. Because if you look at this Hierophant, he has his ears covered, so he's blocking out any outside influences. And he listens to himself. He listens to his higher self, and he listens to, his higher, his God or whoever this is. This is what I'm seeing you're doing, and this is what I'm seeing you have to do. Blocking out any negative talk that's around you. I'm seeing some people who might be saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Block them out. Don't engage with them. Don't argue with them. Don't talk to these people. Just block them out. Keep on your path. Concentrate on what you're doing. You're very content. You know where you're going. You've already gotten so far, and you can keep going. You can keep getting farther and farther if you block these people out, because I am seeing some people around you might be saying, oh, you can't do that. What do you want to do that for? Don't listen to those kinds of people. Just listen to yourself. Listen to what's in your heart and inside yourself. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the next card you have for your future is the Empress. So Yeah, the Empress is so beautiful. And comfortable. She's very comfortable. So this is again about comfort. It's about contentment again, same as what I'm seeing in the Nine of Pentacles. So this is reminding you again, after this Hierophant, when you've gotten so many of these people kind of trying to be negative and you're blocking them out. Remember where you are. Remember what you want. What you want is stability, comfort, all of those things. And you can't be comfortable if you have these kind of negative people around you. And they're going to stop you. They're going to set you backwards. Don't let them do that. What you want is comfort. What you want is to kind of be content in yourself and content in your own abilities and content in your own thoughts that you have, for yourself. So the other thing I'm seeing on this card is that there might be someone who you're interested in romantically. So this might be a crush. It might be someone who you're just talking to, but you definitely find this person really, really attractive, like this beautiful Empress. And what I'm seeing is, even though you find this person attractive and you would like to be with them, you'd like more with them, you're kind of content to be how you are with them. You're kind of happy just to be talking with them. This is a really nice, innocent phase. And you're also going to be, you're going to have a lot of other things to concentrate on as well. You're kind of moving forward with a lot of things in your life. But I think with this person, you're just kind of content just to sit back, just enjoy the conversations, just relax with them. I'm getting this really nice feeling around this. And I think, that's what you're like. And I think there are some parts of you that would like something further with this person. I think you'd like something more with this person. And I think what happens is you start to think, oh, I'd like more with this person. And then the Empress in you says, wait a minute, stop that. Let's just sit back and just relax and just enjoy this time. Just enjoy this time you're having with this person. And so you have this kind of, I'm not seeing a conflict. I'm just seeing, one part of you wants to kind of jump forward a bit and the other part is a bit more like the Empress. And I think the Empress part of you is right. I think, just enjoy this time. And, you've had so many ups and downs in your past. You've got your confidence back now. Just rest for a while. Just rest for a while. So the last card you have for your future is the Page of Pentacles. So I'm seeing, I'm seeing this person in the Empress card again. And I think this person's working. I think this person's learning. They really want to learn. They really want to do things. They're kind of happy to learn. I think this person might be around your work or your workplace or a work project. So you might be seeing them around work. I think there also might be an age difference between you. And age differences don't matter to me at all. They mean nothing to me. But this is just what I'm seeing. So I'm just mentioning that. And again, I'm not seeing anything very serious at this time. I'm seeing they're a very attractive person and you might just like looking at them, but you're very attractive as well if you're anything like the Empress. So, this page is gazing up at this coin. So this person thinks you're attractive. They like looking at you as well. And I think you're just going to be enjoying being around them. And this person's going to be talking to you about their family. They're not going to be talking to you about any problems. They're very open around you and they like sharing stories with you. I'm seeing that. And you feel very open around them as well. And this is just an enjoyable time. This is just a really relaxed time, a really nice, pleasant time. And again, don't put pressure on yourself to worry about anything more serious with them. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm seeing it probably will actually, but don't put pressure on you. I mean, I think a lot of people, when they're starting off with someone, they like to say, oh, now I'm talking to this person. When am I going to be officially in a relationship? And oh, now I'm in a relationship. When am I going to move in with them? Oh, now when am I going to get engaged? And when am I going to get married? And when am I going to this and that? And it's not a race. It's not a race. This is your life. Enjoy your life as it goes along. Enjoy each phase of your life as it goes along. A lot of couples that have been together for a long, long time look back on this time, this early time, when they first got together, they were happy with each other. They were just relaxed. They were just having fun together. they look back on that time with a lot of fondness, a lot of happiness. They always look back and say, oh, that was a fantastic time. I loved that time. So just be in the time and just enjoy the time, because this is the time, if this goes further, I'm seeing that it will, this is the time that you're going to look back on and you're just going to remember. So just enjoy it, just relax with it. That's what I'm seeing.